yet another DJs BrewTube beer review. Well, it's time for me to have what's rapidly becoming one of my favorite refresher styles. That's right, a Gose-uh. And what Gose-uh are we going to have today? We're going to have one from Westbrook Brewing Company out of Mount Pleasant, South Carolina, US of A. Yay, yay. And we're going to have their Westbrook Gose-uh. Well, hey, I wonder what kind of beer it is. That's right, it's a Gose-uh. This is a year-round serving. As a matter of fact, I think this is probably one of their flagship beers. Clocks in at 4.0% ABV and a whopping 5 IBUs. Now, this is a Gose-uh, which means what? It's a German style, or a take on a German style tart or sour beer. Why is it tart? Well, because of one of the adjuncts they put in. Well, one of the yeast anyway. They put lactobacillus in this, along with the German ale yeast that they use. They're also putting for adjuncts in this beer coriander and salt. And for malts, they're using Pilsner and wheat. Why? Because it's a German wheat beer base. Now, there's a lot of hype around this beer. A lot of folks really dig it. That's why, you know, hey, it's kind of really cool to think that almost like Dead Style is a brewery's, you know, flagship beer that helped them grow and become popular. So, as you can see, I've had a plethora of other Gose-uhs, and I'm ready to dive into another one. So, let's get this can cracked, put it in the glass, and tell you what's up with the Westbrook Gose-uh. Let's see here. Nice crack off the top. Oh, we're going to erupt out of the can a little. That's not... Yeah, it's a wheat beer. These things happen. Now, this beer, you're saying, DJ, you don't get any Westbrook beer in Maryland? How the hell did you get that beer? Well, my good buddy Average Joe, or Generous Joe, sent me this beer. Why? Because he rocks. He's an awesome guy. So, Joe, thanks a million for sending this, my brother. It became also, if you'd like to see some of the other awesome beers that Joe sent me, you can check out my epic or extreme beer hoarders beer mail that Joe gave me. So, anyways, I digress, and again, you're still not surprised. Anyway, so what about this beer appearance-wise? Well, it pours a nice cloudy, medium amber yellow color. It had like a two-finger head in this tulip glass, but it's real like soda-sounding and fizzy going down. Gose-uhs are like that, I think, because the salt really makes that head kill down after it pours. But we're down to about a half finger already, but the bubbles are super tight. When I swirl it, yeah, we're not going to get any glass lacing. I haven't had glass lacing much on Gose-uhs either. And there's no alcohol legs. At 4%, you're not expecting that. But look at that. It's a nice, pretty, refreshing-looking beer. This time, you know what? It's time for me to pour some adult Gatorade down my neck. Let's get at it. And, oh wait, I can't drink it yet. I got to tell you what it smells like. Let's see what's up with the aroma. Wow. Man. Lemony. Floral hops, a little bit of like citrus, maybe like tangerine, a little bit of honey sweetness in there, sea air saltiness, a bit of lime. You can smell the coriander slightly in the background. That's a really pleasant smelling Gose-uh. It's a very balanced aroma. A lot of Gose-uhs have more of a big present like salt, like sea air salt. That's here, but it's a little bit softer. And a bigger lemon bite in the aroma than this has. But it smells really good. I'm ready to dive in. Now I can drink because I've told you what it smells like. You know what? When it gets hot and I get thirsty, I forget shit. That's why I need beer, right? Yes, shake your head. Well, maybe not you, but me. Thanks, man, Joe. Cheers. Nice. Wow, the salt is more present in the taste than in the aroma. This is a more tart take on a Gose-uh, even than the Rittergut Gose-uh, which was very tart. It's not as much lemony tartness. It's more like yogurt tartness in this. The lemon flavor that's in some of the other ones that I've picked up that made it taste more sort of like a margarita isn't in this one. You know, like with a margarita with like on the rocks with salt around the rim, that kind of thing. But it's more of like a yogurty sort of tartness, verging on lemon. The salt is bigger. That I can tell totally why the head bit the dust really fast. Super smooth, you know, thin body, but it's supposed to be that way. It's a 4% beer, and it's a Gose-uh. They have thin bodies, but anything that would have been bitterness in this beer is not there. But it's replaced with that like lactic tartness and a little bit of like hoppy flavor in there, like a herbal sort of hop flavor. That's a very mild backseat player to the flavor coming off the lactobacillus. It's almost like a salty yogurt sort of flavor going on here. But there's enough sweetness to make that not cloying. And on your lips, it's coating and it leaves like a salty taste on your lips, more so than these others. They must put a bigger dose of salt in this when they brew it, but it's a really cool take on the style and quite tasty. So, we got to rate this beer now. We got to grade it. We got to do our thing. Rate beers, give it a 97, almost an A+. I don't know about all that. Beer Advocates, give it a 93, an A-. Yeah, I can see that grade too. Now, the ones that I've had, the one that I like the best still is El Ritorguzzo Regional, because I think the flavor profile and the overall wraparound of that is the best for my palate. This is a good beer. I would drink it again. I think I actually prefer the Old Pro Gose-uh to this beer, because the Old Pro is more a traditionally brewed Gose-uh. It has more of that, like, what reminds me of a margarita sort of taste, but this is really good. And maybe if I were to brew this, I would back off on the salt just a little bit. I think the salt is like up front, but maybe this is kind of beer, you know, that's made sort of like chef inspired. Because, you know, chefs these days tend to season pretty hard with salt, because that's what brings the flavor out, and maybe that's what they've done for and gone for in this beer. So I'm going to give it a 90, an A-. It's a solid beer. I would drink it again, you know, 90, 91, somewhere in that range, but real tasty. Thanks a minute for sending this, Joe. I really dig that you did so, and I hope you enjoy the Old Pro Gose-uh that I sent you. So, to the next DJ BrewTube, have you had this beer? If you have, let me know. I like the quid pro quo and the back and forth. Because that, along with copious amounts of beer, when you rate, comment, subscribe, and smash that like button, puts my happy face on. So till the next DJs BrewTube, I got nothing but a bunch of Westbrook Gose-uh drinking love for you, and you know what's coming. That's right, a big ass. A peace out!